It is 6:14 on this Thursday night. Let's take another look at that snow. This is in Euclid now. Wow.
Wow.
It's sticking out there. Look at that. We're driving along Euclid. This is Route 2 in Euclid, as we see folks driving along there, people being really careful. Our crew there being careful. That's a state. I know you know this. We'll say it anyway because people will write it and ask us. This is a camera that's mounted there in the car.
I had to say that at 4 o'clock too. Nobody is shooting this as they're driving. The driver is literally just driving, we promise. But that's, you look at those roads and you know slush is slippery.
It definitely is, and it's not only, you know, what you're driving on, but it's between the lanes too. And as you're trying to change lanes, that stuff can just take your wheel and zip you in a whole nother direction real quick. So that's why you have to go slow. We continue with our weather impact alert coverage for you because, as we expected, this is a very difficult evening commute for some areas. Most of us, south, west, not dealing with many problems at all. But we do have this weather impact alert through midnight for the snow and mix that is coming down right now. And as you just saw, there are places where you definitely need some extra time. Technicality. Winter weather advisory continues through midnight. Eastern Cuyahoga, western Geauga, western Lake County, and this is the area where we're anticipating the worst conditions, and it lines up perfectly. Now that advisory only goes through midnight, but as you can see, there are still snow showers to the west that we have to get through. It's a really interesting setup that we have ongoing right now across much of northern Ohio. Just a few flurries farther south, but we are starting to see more snow sinking south into southern sections of Cuyahoga County. As expected, the roads are a mess, especially east of downtown, not only on 90, but as you saw there, that driving live shot on State Route 2. And then you can even see here on 90 as you go past that Riverside exit, Som Center Road. It is really nasty right now. As a matter of fact, we have a crew in Euclid that's been keeping an eye on this. There is just a fire hose of moisture coming in off of the lake. This all accumulated within the last hour. It was like all of a sudden somebody flipped a switch. And you know what the difference is? The sunset. Even though we are headed toward winter and the sun angle is low and the energy is starting to fade, we have a lot of warming that comes with that sunshine. You take that warming away and this is what ends up happening. So slippy and sloppy out there this evening in the Euclid area. All right, let's get back to the maps. And again, we have a lot of folks that are coming in for the game. Notice where the western edge of the snow is right now. It is just east of downtown Cleveland, but this all will sink south toward Cleveland during the game tonight. So the game conditions are going to change rapidly, probably after about 8 p.m. You can see how all the wind is funneling toward a single point. That's called convergence, and that is basically taking all of the available moisture off the west end of the lake and piping it into one fire hose that is right now aimed into Euclid. But this whole thing is going to sink south as the evening wears on. We have an East Coast storm system, and that's a big deal because this is deepening. And what's going to end up happening is we have a batch of snow that's been rotating through Indiana and western Ohio. As this pivots eastward, it's going to get absorbed by that East Coast low. That will change our wind direction, and we have a north wind tomorrow. That's going to keep the lake influence going. So your National Design hour-by-hour forecast, notice how the western extension of this band is sinking south. Watch what happens by 8 and 9. It starts to get real hairy real quick in downtown Cleveland and much of Cuyahoga County. If you have errands to run and you're in Parma, down into North Royalton, over to Independence or Seven Hills, if you have to do it real quick, get it done, and then get home because we could have that heavy snow that's moving south. Late tonight, that band continues to sink south through Akron. We'll probably see a renewed push of lake effect coming in across the primary and secondary snow belts later on this evening after 8 p.m. And that will continue to paint some snow all the way down through the Ravenna area. And then that batch of snow fades south with a light candy coating possible for areas down even to Canton to Carrollton. Tomorrow morning, we start with a bit of a break. Your temperatures are going to be in the 30s, but then the rain starts. And at the same time as the rain is getting going mid-morning, we also have a lot of wind that is kicking up. Notice we have a little bit of snow that's showing up here. That's because we're at a tipping point. We still have some cold air aloft, and that means we could have some mix tomorrow morning, but by afternoon, it's all rain. How much snow? There's your bullseye. It's eastern Cuyahoga County, western Lake County, northwestern portions of Geauga County. That's where we're looking at that possibility of 2 to 4 inches of accumulation. Outside of that, it's likely a candy coating at best. That's the slushy accum we've been talking to you about since Monday. As for tomorrow, that's when that rain and the wind really becomes the driving impact. And driving, I mean driving rain, because the wind is going to be whipping. Sustained winds at 20 to 25, gusts to 40 plus a possibility tomorrow afternoon and evening. And it's all that East Coast storm system I was talking about that's going to be pulling all this rain around. And that is just going to lock us in with cool temperatures. We're only going to be in the 40s tomorrow, but rain all day long with that whipping wind staying with us. Your Union Home Mortgage outlook does have brighter skies on the horizon, but it's not till late Saturday and into Sunday. Monday, we'll have more rain that moves in with another storm system, and we are keeping an eye out for another possible winter storm later next week after Thanksgiving Day into Black Friday. Stay tuned on that one.